Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted for the first time to be joined by Billy Deniz. Billy, I've covered everyone now in the gym, now that this interview is getting done. How are we doing? Champs Camp seems to be buzzing. I know Joe's got the bit between his teeth. He's trying to elevate this gym and get it sort of back on the map, but like it was in the old days. You're a big part of that now. How are you feeling?
Well, you saved the best till last. I'll just point that out there. But yeah, I'm feeling great. It's a great gym. Like you said, it's booming at the moment. I'm surrounded by top pros, top prospects, and top world champions, ex-world champions, and stuff like that. So yeah, the gym's booming. The experience in the gym itself, with Joe being Hall of Fame trainer, and the likes of Paul Butler, Tassa Jonas, and even Marcus Morrison and people like that who've all just been there, done it, do you know what I mean, got the t-shirt, it's just great. And then to have up and coming prospects like me, Jake Dodd, Sean, and obviously and people like Jack Massey who fought at that big domestic level. It's great, the gym's booming, and Joe's a great trainer, and yeah, I can tell Joe's very, what I've noticed about Joe is he loves boxing. Like, you can tell, like, the guy's passionate about it, he lives and breathes it. Like, he always sends me sometimes just randomly like a little fight, like a fight from like the 1990s or something, and like be like, watch this, watch how this person does this. So like, that just shows me how passionate and dedicated he is to us, his fighters.
Let's touch a little bit on Joe then, your relationship with him. It seems like, I get the impression when I come here that he's one of these who he'll maybe drop you a text checking on you, how's things, how's your weight, everything going well. How is that relationship that you have with him? Is he doing them type of things? Is that how everything works?
Yeah, definitely. He comes in, as soon as we come in, I'll go into the changing room, he'll come in and say, how was your weekend, or what did you do last night, how are you feeling? He asks about us, and he's very, I think, like I just said, he can tell he's very dedicated to his fighters, and he wants to know how we're feeling, what we're getting up to, and what we're doing, and where we are, and stuff like that, because we're professional athletes at the end of the day, and Joel's our like head person, our head coach, so he needs to know what we're doing and where we're getting up to and how we're feeling, because that's how you get to know someone as a fighter and as a person.
100%. You've had a few fights now. Your feet are wet in the pro game. What's your biggest lesson you've learned, whether it be in the ring, out the ring? What is it? What's the biggest thing you've taken away from it so far this early on?
Biggest lesson I've learned is that you can't knock everyone out, you've got to pace yourself in these fights and stuff, and everything's a learning fight. Or if you got to learn something from at least one fight, if I learn something from a fight, I get to come out the ring, put it back into the gym and correct that wrong, should I say. Everyone, you're constantly learning, no one's finished learning. That's what I've learned in this game.
Were you a bit, when you first started then, because it's all about, everyone can talk about wins, but people always say, look, it's about putting bums in seats, we want to excite, we want these blistering knockouts. Obviously Jake on his first fight, he got a stunning knockout. Is it a bit frustrating, if you don't get the first one, you're like, I need to get this knockout? Or do you now put that to your back of your mind and say, as long as I win, it doesn't matter, the train keeps moving? Yeah,
definitely. When I first had my debut and stuff, I was definitely like that. Like, I need to stop people. I need to get people out there. Because, I bring a big following, and it's an excitement in it. You want to build that excitement, so the pressure's on you to, like, stop people and this and that, and your mates, shouting, blah, blah, saying, if you put him down in the second round, I'll give you this or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's pressure, but that's what I've learnt. Like, I'm not there for them, and I'm not there for anyone else. I'm there for myself, and for me to go where I want to be, which is on top. You're not going to knock everyone out. Sometimes you have to box and move, try things you've been learning in the gym, and as long as you've won the fight and you've done it comfortably, then it's a win.
There's been a lot of sort of talk around your name, I feel like, since I started doing this job, as in like one of the lads coming through who's going to do big things. In terms of you dealing with that pressure, what is the goal for you? What's your like short-term goals within the next sort of 12 to 18 months? Where do you want to be?
Well, from the next 12 to 18 months, I definitely want a title, possibly Central area or maybe English in the next 12 to 18 months. But like I said, I'm under Joe, so it's up to Joe whether Joe thinks I'm ready for that. Like I said, he's experienced, so he knows whether I'm ready or not. But I'm just going to stay in the gym, keep training hard in the next 12 to 18 months, and whatever comes. I'm ready for it. I'll be ready for anything.
When do you think we can be seeing you back out? We're going to be talking turn of the new year now, sort of February, March, that kind of thing?
Yeah, probably just after Christmas time. I've had 2 fights this year. I'm just in the gym now learning. I've only been here for a couple of months, and me and Joe had a fight within probably 2 months of me being here, so we just started to gel properly. So now we're gelled and we're learning things and I'm picking up stuff. So yeah, probably after Christmas time I'll be out and you'll see a new Billy Deniz.
What's going to be new? You mentioned there we're going to see a new Billy Deniz. We've seen quite a lot so far. Obviously, you won't have shown us everything because if you go through the levels, we see more of the toolbox, more of the Arsenal kind of thing. What we're going to see different next time you're out in the ring?
Just that Joe Gallagher swagger, you know, like even like little moves that Joe's been showing me and stuff, and I've been using him in sparring. I'm like, it's like waking me up. Like, wow, can't believe it actually works. You know what I mean? It's so effective. So you're gonna see the original me, Turkish Tyson, you know, fast, aggressive, a lot of footwork, move my head, you know, but just with that little extra Joe Gallagher swagger on it.
I mean, you've got quite a name that carries weight. You know, you add Tyson onto anything, people expect Tyson. Have do you almost feel that in the back of your mind, like I've got to sort of live up to this, or is it like, you know what, it's a name, you know what, it's been tagged on, but that you're your own person?
Yeah, definitely. There's a bit of pressure there. You know, like Tyson's Tyson, you know, we're probably my favourite boxer of all time, the best boxer of all time. But after I had my debut, just people started calling me because of my footwork and the way I throw my punches together in bunches and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess it is pressure, but I like that pressure and I like that because that is my sort of style, you know, and I'm aggressive and I'm fast and I move my feet, you know, I'm there and then I'm not there and then I'm here and then I'm there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't mind the name. I feel a bit privileged to have that, to be called that, to be fair.
Now, I know been around Jack a while as well. I think you were there. I think my first show for the previous channel was him winning his IBO in Bolton, I believe. You were there for that. World titles, how important are they to you in the sport of boxing? A lot of people talk about it's about earning the money. It's about getting out of the sport safe with a huge bank account. But with that, normally comes the titles, unless you're influencing boxing, which is on another scale at the minute. It's crazy. But what's your goals? What's your ambitions? What, you know, when you get to back end of your career, what are you hoping to have achieved?
Oh, definitely. I want a world title. You know, I come from a kickboxing background and I totally dominated in that. You know, I won a world title in that, and then the reason I come to this boxing was because, you know, these greater things here. Like you could be walking Aldi and see. There could be 50 world kickboxing champions there, but you wouldn't know one of them. You know, if even a British champion walks in Aldi, you're gonna know him. Do you know what I mean? I want to be known for what I've done. I want to leave like a bit of a legacy, and you know, I'm good at what I do, so I want to be remembered. You know, like the talks of like people still talk about like Carl Froch and people like that. You know, like even
to this day.
Yeah, to this day, exactly. So I want to be like I want to leave something like that. World titles have got to come. You know, that's what we all do it for. Obviously, the money does come. And that is that's like a bonus at the end of the day, but like yeah, world titles are very important to me, and I want to just get that eventually in a few years.
I've asked a few of you this, but I'll ask you the same. In boxing, it's built on rivalries. You look now, although Ben Eubank, I would say, is a rivalry created by the dads, the history. You look at Carl Froch and Karl Zagi, a fight that never happened. Do you see other fighters now either around the same part of the career as you, or maybe just a little bit ahead, where you go, you know what, in 5 years' time, we're going to have a mega fight? Do you see these other fighters and think, you know what, eventually when it's built up, or when we're both at a certain point, we can have a rumble and it'll be huge? Do you see them names?
Do you know what? We're not settled on what weight I'm going to fight at properly yet. You know, when we get to title level, yeah. I'm just going to throw that one out there. It's news to me too, but yeah, we're not sure.
You found this out before this interview.
Yeah, I found this out the other day, but yeah, we're not quite sure on what weight we're going to settle at. There's a few weights that we're thinking of settling at. So, all the weights that we're thinking of, there's domestic levels crazy. You know, you got your super middles, your light heavy, your cruiserweights. Everything's domestically booming at the moment. So. Anyone can get it, to be fair. That's the way I think.
So you could be doing it like multi-weight champion then. Do you think you could do that, or are you going to settle and stick? Because you mentioned there you're looking at a few. Is that a case of, you know, you find your feet at one and say, you know what, maybe we do test the water? Yeah,
mate, that's what we were talking about the other day. Maybe we go down a bit and test the water and snatch a few titles there and then move back up. Do you know what I mean? It's I'm still young, you know, I'm 22, yeah. I'm still growing, I've not fully grown yet, and it depends on how, obviously, as you get older, you get heavier and stuff, and it's harder to get the weight off, so I've not fought for a title yet, and I've not needed to get down to that certain weight yet, so it's all trial and error. This is what it's for, you know, these small hall shows and these first 2-3 years as a pro is all trial and error.
Yeah, 100%, and it builds you as a fighter and gets you that seasoning you need for the bigger stage. Look, you've got a message to all the people who get behind you. I know you've got one hell of a following already for someone who's so early on in the career. Have you got a message for all these people?
Yeah, honestly, thank you for all your support. Thank you for keep coming to the fights. Thank you for growing the army. You know, I have mates who bring other mates, and then that day come then, and then, you know, it's growing, especially the Turkish side of it. It's growing, it's getting out there.
You like to fight over there?
Yeah, definitely. I was just about to say that's a big dream for me, that, because, you know, like, I have a lot of football mates. Like, I'm not into football myself, but all the lads are into football. I've got a very split group, you know, they're either City or United. So watching how many people that I knew and mates flew to Istanbul just to watch the City treble would be massive if, like, I had a world title for, say, in Istanbul or Bodrum or somewhere massive in Turkey in a big stadium. It'd be crazy just to see, like. And I remember
the Ataturk, is that it? Is that one? Is it the Ataturk Stadium? I think in Istanbul,
yeah,
where Liverpool won the Champions League.
Yeah, yeah, throwing that one out there, but yeah, it's massive. And I remember when I was young and I was still kickboxing at this point when Canelo fought Yildirim.
Yes.
And I just remember seeing clips of the streets, like in Turkey, like they was all just chanting his name. And one of them places, Turkey, like no matter what it is or whatever, they stick, you know, they support you. They're very supportive, and it's a massive country. So you're talking like a good few million there supporting and chanting and walking streets, and so it would be amazing. That is a dream for me, to be fair, for that to happen. But yeah, like I said, thank you to everyone that supports me. And let's keep this army growing.
Absolutely. Look, if you're not already following this young man, get all over his Instagram at Billy Deniz. We know it's an exciting journey. You're so young, mentioned 22 years of age. You've got Tyson in your nickname, and you've got this huge sort of growing army of fans coming to watch you fight. So look, it won't be the last time we catch up. We'll catch up once we get some more fight news, I think, further down the line. And yeah, it's been good to have you on the channel.
Definitely, mate. Thank you for having me.